Unleashing a whirlwind of shock, laughter, and disbelief, South Park has never shied away from pushing boundaries. Join us on a roller coaster ride through the twisted minds of Trey Parker and Matt Stone as we recount the top 10 moments South Park went too far. From mercilessly satirizing controversial figures to tackling taboo subjects head-on, this iconic animated series fearlessly holds a mirror to society, leaving us simultaneously gasping. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to get notified of the latest updates on our channel. A statue of the Virgin Mary appears to shed tears of blood from its posterior, creating a brilliant parody of the belief that weeping and bleeding holy relics signify negative occurrences in the world. People interpret such miracles as evidence of the divine nature of these relics, capable of resolving or healing their troubles. This fortunate turn of events benefits Randy, who, convinced that he suffers from the dreadful, incurable ailment of alcoholism, finds himself confined to a wheelchair. Assisting his father, Stan helps him reach the statue, seeking its blessing, which unexpectedly splashes right onto his face. Although receiving blood on the face from behind is far from pleasant, luck seems to be on their side as Randy, through divine intervention, manages to rise and discard the bottle, declaring, "I refuse to drink this," a cause for jubilation indeed. Numerous individuals experience a humorous and somewhat messy encounter with the blood, accompanied by comical squelching sounds. Mr. Mackey's the kind of person who isn't assumed that much of a ladies' man. If you have a look at him, you'd think the same. We've all been there, mindlessly accepting Apple's terms and conditions without a second thought. But what if that simple click landed you in a nightmarish scenario akin to the infamous Human Centipede? Enter poor Kyle, caught in the clutches of this bizarre ordeal. For the people who don't know, the Human Centipede refers to a gruesome body horror film where individuals are grotesquely stitched together, mouth to posterior. In South Park's twisted take, Steve Jobs aims to create a groundbreaking gadget using an iPod as an unconventional addition. It's a repulsive yet darkly amusing concept. Regrettably, things take a turn for the worse. The front end of the centipede is burdened with the task of consuming food, with the options being vanilla paste or cuttlefish and asparagus. Helplessly mute, Kyle, positioned in the middle, desperately tries to signal his preference for vanilla paste. In today's world, the thought of living without the internet is inconceivable. However, South Park experiences this unimaginable scenario, and it's not just them. The entire nation is thrust back into the bleak days of the Depression era. Now people are compelled to traverse the land, desperately seeking even the tiniest trace of internet connectivity to maintain their daily functions. Randy and his family, against all odds, managed to stumble upon the last remnants of the internet. Unfortunately, these precise morsels are severely rationed and dispensed in meager portions. As Randy astutely points out, once you've had access to the darkest corners of the web, returning to reading Playboy just won't cut it. Consequently, Randy takes matters into his own hands, sneaking into a special room at night, granting him unlimited and uninterrupted internet access. Little does he know, Randy has an extensive backlog to catch up on. When the moment of release finally arrives, an unexpected deluge ensues, drenching both Randy and the entire room. Naturally, his clandestine activities are exposed, prompting him to attribute this mishap as a ghost. In this Christmas tale, the spotlight shines on Stan, the central character of a story written by Cartman for a class project. From the outset, it becomes clear that things are about to take a turn for the worse. Stan embarks on a journey where he encounters a lovable group of creatures, all diligently preparing for their own special Christmas celebration. Initially, it appears to be a charming, nativity-themed narrative with adorable animals taking center stage. How heartwarming. However, as South Park's signature style dictates, a shocking revelation unfolds. The critters worship Satan and eagerly await the arrival of their Antichrist. This episode delves into some truly disturbing and twisted territory, lion cubs being taught and performing abortions, Santa Claus obliterating the Antichrist with a mighty sledgehammer, yet it is the gruesome sacrifice of Rabbity Rabbit on a stone altar, followed by a critter orgy amidst his blood and entrails that pushes the boundaries. In the realm of South Park, a timeless question finds an answer. Can food ingested through the rectum be expelled through the mouth? Surprisingly, the answer is a resounding yes. It all begins when Cartman, ever the curious soul, embarks on a daring exploration, successfully validating the phenomena. This triggers a fateful bet with Kyle, igniting an ongoing feud between the two. The world becomes captivated by this unorthodox method of eating as it promises superior health benefits, despite the Surgeon General's admission that the supporting evidence is entirely baseless. Amidst the growing frenzy, notable personalities like Martha Stewart grace television screens, showcasing the peculiar act of preparing, sitting on, and devouring an entire turkey. Though seemingly sophisticated and ingenious, the subsequent scenes of individuals expelling waste from their mouths into baskets leave a bitter taste both figuratively and literally. This episode portrays Paris Hilton in an unfavorable light, subjecting her to a series of unpleasant and outrageous misadventures. We witness disturbing images of her pets taking their own lives, the repulsive substances she drunkenly coughs up, and even underage individuals mimicking her infamous sex tape. It's safe to say that this episode pushes the boundaries even by South Park standards. Yet it is the concluding scene that truly surpasses all expectations. Paris, after challenging Mr. Slave to a provocative competition, inevitably faces defeat as Mr. Slave leaps onto her, gradually engulfing her deeper within himself. The final image reveals Paris confined within the depths of Mr. Slave's colon, surrounded by the same spirit animals that once aided Lemmywinks. This could easily be described as Paris Hilton's most outrageous night out up until this point. Mr. Garrison, a man seeking significant change, is determined to undergo a sex change operation to become Mrs. Garrison. Meanwhile, Kyle has a unique aspiration of becoming taller and adopting a different race. To fulfill Kyle's desire to attain height and a black appearance, a surgeon proposes a peculiar solution, inserting soft, round objects into his knee joints to elongate his legs. However, it becomes apparent that the writers had a rather unconventional motive in mind, attempting to rationalize the placement of Mr. Garrison's testicles within Kyle's knees. Eager to test his newfound physical attributes, Kyle sets his sights on joining the local basketball team, unaware of the purely cosmetic nature of his elongated legs. The precarious situation arises as any significant impact could lead to the catastrophic explosion of the implanted testicles. While undoubtedly messy, this bizarre turn of events manages to elicit both hilarity and shock. Squidman and the boys found themselves pitted against a relentless cyberbully, disrupting their quest in the fantasy game they cherished. Determined to regain control, they embarked on a training regimen, leading them down an unfortunate path. They transformed into hyper-obese, lazy people, their health and diet suffering greatly. Acne plagued them, Kyle developed carpal tunnel syndrome, and poor Cartman endured a severe case of diarrhea. Caught in the middle of an hour-long battle, Cartman faced a dilemma. Leaving for the bathroom was out of the question. They needed every member of their team. Thus, in a rather unorthodox move, he called upon his mother to assist him with a bedpan. What transpired next can only be described as a comical disaster, the mess extending beyond the confines of the bedpan, even reaching his unsuspecting mother. Yet, amidst the chaos, she accepted it as just another day with Eric Cartman. When Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was released, Stone and Parker expressed immense disappointment with the movie. In their episode titled The China Problem, they took extreme measures to demonstrate their strong aversion by depicting Steven Spielberg and George Lucas subjecting Indiana Jones to sexual assault, not just once but on 3 separate occasions. By mimicking scenes from films such as Boys Don't Cry, The Accused, and Deliverance, the portrayal becomes distressing to witness. Stone and Parker had numerous options to express their disdain for the latest Indiana Jones installment. However, resorting to sexual assault crosses a line and pushes boundaries. And with this, we reach the end of today's video. What did you think of today's video? Share your opinion. Do let us know in the comment section below if you liked today's video. Give us a thumbs up if you liked today's video, and do not forget to hit the subscribe button, share this video with your friends and family, and press the bell icon for more upcoming videos. We'll see you next time with a newer video. Stay tuned and take care.